Okay. Public view. All right. Okay. Hi everyone. Okay. There. Now I just want to test the sound, so audio, the DX7. The vibe sound and my voice. Can you hear me? It's the audio. Okay. Right. Yep. Oops, sorry. The microphone. Sorry about that. Thank you. Healing grief. Thank you very much. He just replied to me. The audio is fine. That's good. Finally, I fixed my audio problem. You should be able to hear me and DX7 clearly. Okay. All right. So how's the weather? How is the weather like? Here in Australia, it's a bit mild. It's spring. Okay. All right, everyone can hear me clearly. I think it's off. I think I managed to fix the audio problem, and I hope you can hear me. Vibe sound as well. Okay. Okay, we will start soon. So I'm just gonna wait for a few more people to join, and we can start very soon. That's what we've got here, DX7. Yep. There's 4 people. That's all right. Okay, so if you guys are ready, okay, ready. we can start. View. I'm gonna share that. I'm just gonna share the live view session in through my Facebook pages. Live session starting. The one. Group. And one more. One more group to go. Synthesizer and drum machine. Live session. Starting now. All right. Okay. Shall we? We can start. Okay, so just a moment. Here you go. Yep. So now we can start the live session, and this is the second version. Well, it's just a repeat of the last week's live sessions because we had a problem with the audio, and it's finally fixed that audio problem, so we shouldn't have any audio problems. I think you should be able to hear my voice and the DX7 sound clearly. So this is the sound design vibe improvement live session, and so we're gonna cover the development. We're gonna cover plan of attack in terms of how we're gonna approach to improve the vibe sound, and we're gonna redesign the DX7 vibe sound for amazing smoothness, clarity, and velocity sensitivity. So the original sound. It's very, very soft and gentle, but we're gonna really take full advantage of DX7 FM synthesis, get the sharp metallic tone, and have the strong presence. So that's our aim. Okay. So we can quickly go over what we've covered in terms of the sound design of the original vibe sound. It uses algorithm 23. It's got the carry-only operator, so it's operator 1. You got tower, so operator 2 and 3 stacked on top of one another, and the routing, so you got 4, 5, 6 kind of routing, so it's kind of spreading out. Frequency, so routing operators 4, 5, and 6 produces the main vibe harmonics. So it's got the metallic tone and the main sustained tone. It's very simple. The detuned, it's got the routing operators phone 5 and tower operator 2 produces a beautiful chorus effect. So you got the operator 2, 4, 5, and it's with the same ratio, so 1.00, and you have a slightly different detune setting, and it kind of very, very smooths out, so it's have a nice chorus effect. The envelope generators, this is probably the most confusing part, because all operators have different envelopes, with operator 5 actually have sustain, which is quite odd. Keyboard rate scaling applied inconsistently. Output levels are inadequate for operators 1 and 6 with not enough frequency modulation from operator 6. And that's the main reason why you don't hear that sharp metallic tone that much. It's just a little bit. So and it's very, very soft sound. Okay. So key velocity sensitivity is over applied to carrier operators 1 and 5, and that can contribute to the quieter sound of the valve sound. So that was the quick review, and now we're gonna go over a plan of attack. So how we're gonna approach to make an improvement to this valve sound. So starting from the most important part of the DX7 FM synthesis, which is algorithm. So we're going to look at the algorithm, and then we want to maintain routing. So you got operator 6, 4, 5 kind of branching out, but change it to produce sharper metallic attack. So that's what we're looking for. We want to have something similar but different. Frequency, we're going to maintain routing structure. So you got operator 4, 5 to 1.00 and the other sharper attack. So we're going to use some other part of the algorithm to produce a more metallic tone. Detune, we're going to maintain routing operators 4 and 5 and introduce an additional chorus tone for smooth decay. So you have a longer decay and a nice chorusing effect with detune. Yep. Oh. What's happening is that? Oh, this is all. Ah, correct. Envelope generator creates inconsistent envelope for simplifying sound design. Just a moment, I've got a problem with the iMac. What's the... memory, CPU. Doesn't make any sense. What's doing that? Try to print the sound. I have no idea what's doing. Okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me clearly. My mic is kind of spinning. Its hard drive is spinning too fast. Let's do this. It's working perfectly. Okay. Just wondering, can you hear me okay? Do you hear too much fan noise from my apologies for this. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure everyone can hear me. No. Okay. All right. I'll try my best. Speak louder. So I'll move my microphone closer. I don't know if that's gonna work. Alright, let's try that. In front of me. Okay. Alright. Yeah. If this is okay, we can proceed. Can you hear me okay? Testing. Can you hear me okay? All right. Okay. All right. No news is good news, so we're gonna proceed. So now, sorry, the envelope generator. So it's envelopes. So that's right. Because of the inconsistency with the envelopes, how the envelopes are set for the original vibe sound, we're gonna create a consistent envelopes for simplifying sound design. Yep. Keyboard rate scaling. Applied inconsistent, so we're gonna apply consistently, and the output levels, we're gonna increase output levels for certain operators to get sharper metallic tone, and we're gonna adjust the keyboard velocity sensitivity for carrier operators. Okay. So now we have a algorithm 23 for the vibe sound, but we're gonna make changes to that, and we're gonna apply the concept of algorithm interchangeability. Now we are looking for something similar to algorithm 23. So it's got the routings of operator 4, 5, 6 connected together. And the rest of the part could be similar to that algorithm 23 or different. Now we're not gonna spend a minute to look for this one because because I'm concerned about this fan noise. We're gonna try to speed up a little bit. So in terms of algorithm, this is the what I found with the similar algorithm to algorithm 23. So first one is algorithm 21. Now if you look at algorithm 21, you got operator 6, 4, 5 joined together, as well as operator 3, 1, 2 joined together. So basically you got the mirrored routing. So you got 4, 5, 6 and you got 1, 2, 3 side by side. Now you got algorithm 23, algorithm 25, you got the routing 4, 5, 6, but you got operator 1, 2, 3 as a carrier only operators. So for creating a metallic tone, it's not necessarily useful because you can't do the frequency modulation like in the algorithm 21. You got 3, 1, 2 creating a routing. So which one should we choose? Well, the answer is quite obvious now. We're going to use algorithm 21 to make it simpler for sound design. So we choose algorithm 21. So what we're going to do about the rest of the parameters? Because the bypatch is messy, we will divide and conquer. So we're going to make it a smaller chunk and you just work on a smaller chunk and put them together at the end. So we will work on routing 2 with operators 4, 5, 6 first. So we're going to turn off operator 1, 2, 3 first. Then we will copy envelopes and the other parameters to routing 1 with operators 1, 2, and 3. And also we will adjust parameters to fine-tune routing 1. Okay, let's get our hands dirty. So press purple-rated button. And press button 7. See algorithms, and you see that the algorithm says 23. So we're gonna make change to this algorithm. So press the +1 or -1 button, the data entry slider, and so we're gonna change algorithm 23 to 21. So let's do that. Now I changed algorithm to 21. I'm just gonna wait for a few people to catch up. Everything is can you hear me, my voice? Okay. Okay, once you made the changes, we can move on to next. Now we're gonna go through the feedback. So press button 8 and change feedback to 7 to put more sharper harmonics. So you can use that entry button, +1, so it's +1, 6, +1, and 7. Now, and we can use operator on-off to turn off operators 1, 2, and 3, so that we can work on routing 2 first. Okay, so we can turn off operator 1, operator 2, and operator 3. So we're just gonna be working on routing 2 first. So this is a routing 2. So we're gonna work on a 4, 5, 6, operator 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna do something different. As we know that operator 6 output level is very low, we will adjust it first. So we usually start with oscillator, envelope, keyboard light scaling. So it's basically going from left to right, but we're going to jump onto the output level first. So that's what we're going to do. So if we do that, we can actually hear the changes that we make. Okay, so press button 27 and use operator select button to check operator 6. So now let's have a look what we've got. It's 57, output is 57 for operator 6, and there's a typo there, but initially we will set it to generate just the right amount of modulation. So 57 is too low, so we're going to increase that to a higher level. Let's try 60. So at the moment this is a sound we're going to hear. So let's try to 60. No, it's not that much different. Okay. So this is still too low. Now we're gonna set it to try 80. Much sharper, but I think it's got too much metallic tone, so we're going to cut down to 70. That's a 70. It's very nice. Okay. Now I'm just gonna pause a little. How are you going? Guys? Yeah. Okay, so everybody's on the same page. We just made a change to that output level for the operator 6. So if we are happy to move on, we can move on. Now tip, here we go. So when editing or making a patch, make sure to have enough output level and adjust it first if necessary. Yeah, don't wait to the last minute because you don't hear the changes that you make. So that's a quick tip for you. Okay, now we can move on to oscillator. So press button 18 and to 20 and use operator select to see harmonic and inharmonic structure of each operator frequency. So let's do that. So operator 4, it's 1.00. Operator 5 is 1.00. Operator 6 is 14.00. Now, button 19, frequency 5, it's going to be the same. So we're going to just press it. Button 20, the detune. Operator 4 is -7. Operator 5 is +7. Operator 6 is 0. So let's have a look. So this is basically the result of our findings. So you got operator 4 1.00, operator 5 1.00, operator 6 is 14.00, and you got detune -7 +7 and 0. So far so good. So what we're gonna do is focus on the frequency. And what we're gonna do is we will keep operator 4 and 5 ratio to 1.00. So we're not gonna make changes to that. For operator 6, ratio 14.00, it's just very high. So, and this is the same as the electric piano patch that the DX7 is famous for. So it's a 40.00. And we need to produce more metallic harmonics at mid-range. So just give a bit more, I guess, what do you call it, energy to it. We will reduce its ratio to 13.00, 12.00, 11.00 to 10.00. Okay, so let's try that. So press 18 again and make sure you select operator 6. It's 14.00. That's the sound. We're gonna reduce that to 13. Now you can start to hear the differences. The pitch is going down, so you can start to hear more mid harmonics. Now this is 12, and you can hear better. You can hear more mid harmonics again. So let's try 11. That's 11. Let's try 10. Here you go. It's very nice. So ratio of 10.00 has enough sharp metallic tone and more mid-range. So we will set it to 10. So we will keep that. Okay. Now let's look at detune. So press detune. There's a button 20. The operator 4, 5, 6. At the moment, operators 4, 5 have higher detune values. And we will make it a slow and smoother chorus effect. So we're gonna reduce them. So let's work on operators 4 and 5. So reduce operator 4, detune to -3. Okay. So we can do that by trying what I call it, one increment. So this is -7. Try -6. Now you can hear the chorus effect is slowing down. -5. And -4. -3. Very nice. Okay, so that's -3. Slow chorus effect. So we're gonna go to operator 5. So reduce operator 5 detune to +6. Again, the chorus effect is slowing down. And try +5. Now it's +5, and it's just perfect. So we're gonna keep that. So this is what we got. So for detune, we set the operator 4 is -3 and operator 5 to +5. Okay, so envelope. Press button 21 and 22 and use operator select button to see how all envelopes are set for each operator. Okay, so let's quickly do that. It won't take long. So operator 4, rate 1, 80, rate 2, 85, rate 3, 24, rate 4, 50. So level 1 is 99, level 2 is 90, level 3 is 0, level 4 is 0. Okay. So operator 5. Rate 1, 80, rate 2, 85, rate 3 is 24, and rate 4 is 50. Level 1 is 99, level 2 is 90, and level 3 is 42. Yes, it's got the sustain. Level 4 is 0. So operator 6, rate 1, 99, rate 2 is 48, rate 3 is 99, rate 4 is 50. Operator 6, level 1 is 99, level 2 is 32, level 3 is 0, and level 4 is 0. So this is the result of our finding. Yep. So you can see all the envelope parameters on the table here. And the envelopes are set in a confusing way. Yes. So if you look at it, each envelopes have different settings. Although operator 5 and 4 are carrier, and you usually set it the same way, but they are set it differently. So we will make operators 4, 5 envelopes the same, so that we can have consistent decay. So what's happening with this envelope is that because operator 5 has got the sustain, so the chorusing effect stops and they just have the sine wave just keep continuing. So let's try that. Because of the fine noise, you can't probably hear it, but if you go in a quiet room and if you can play the vibe sound, you can actually hear the sustain sound at a lower level. Okay. So what we're gonna do is to make changes to envelopes, operator 4, 5. Now, for operator 4, it has long decay. Yes, if you look at the rate 3, it's got the it's 24, so it's got a long decay, and the sound is the main decay sound is controlled by rate 3. And we will reduce rate 3 a little to give a bit longer decay. So select operator 4, set it to rate 3, so it's a 24, so we're going to reduce that to 20. Now once you set it to 20, we're going to copy the envelope to operator 5. So to copy the envelope, press store the pink button, and this says egg copy from operator 4 to operator. So whatever operator you want, press operator. Excuse me. Operator 5. Done. So let's just quickly play that. Now decays got a bit longer, but the chorusing effect is going to be consistent until the end. Now keyboard rate scaling, output level, and key velocity sensitivity. So press button 26, 27, 28, and use operator select button to go through each operator. So we can do that. So let's press 26. Now operator 4, rate of scaling is 3. Operator 5 is 3. Operator 6 is 5. Output level, operator 4 99, operator 5 99, operator 6 70. Velocity, operator 4 is 1, operator 5 is 5, operator 6 is 7. So this is a result. Now as you can see, operator 4, 5 it's got the same rate scaling, and the operator 6 got the 5, so which is a shorter envelope than the operator 4 and 5, which is consistent, so we don't need to make any changes to that. Now output level, that's right, because we changed the output level to 70 for operator 6. We don't need to make any changes. So now you look at the key with the velocity sensitivity. Okay, at the moment this is how it's set. Now velocity is applied inconsistently, and then normally use the velocity for carriers lower, so that 5 for operator 5 is just too high, so we need to reduce that. So we will reduce operator 5 to 1. Excuse me. So operator 5, so let's reduce that to 1. This is what you get. Now, so what happened with these changes is that because you effectively increase the volume of the operator 5 with key velocity sensitivity, the chorusing effect become more pronounced. And you can increase it to 3, so to reduce the output level. And it becomes slightly smoother. So in this case, you can either set it to 1 or 3, depending on what type of chorus effect you want. But for this exercise, we will set it to 1. So set it to 1. And keep operators 4 and 6 velocity as is, so we don't need to change that. So you get key velocity sensitivity, operator 4 is 1, operator 5 is 1, operator 6 is 7. Now the checkpoint, so we basically cover the half of the algorithm, so operator 4, 5, 6. I'll just quickly go over what we've done. So we changed the algorithm to 21. Feedback is now 7. Frequency ratio, so operator 6, we made the changes to that. So now it's about 10.00. The tune, the routing operators 4 is -3. And operator 5 is +5. Nice smooth chorus effect. Envelope generators, operator 4 and 5, we made a change to rate 2, and now it's 20. So it's a little bit longer decay. Keyboard rate scaling, we didn't make any changes. Output level, operator is now 6 is 70. And the velocity sensitivity, the operator 5 is set to 1, so it's lower sensitivity. Okay, So now we can work on root 1. So what we're going to do is turn off operator 456. Excuse me. No, turn on operator 1, 2, 3. So what we just did was turn on operator 456 and turn on the operator 1, 2, 3. Use operator on off to turn on only operators 1 and 2 and 3. Yes, we covered that. But before doing anything, make sure that each operators have enough output level. So we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to start from output level and just check it to make sure that it's got enough output level. So press button 27 and check output level of each operator. Operator 1, operator 2, operator 3. This is the result that I've got. Operator 1 output level is 50, and which is just too low. Oh, excuse me, I must be tired. Now, so what we're going to do is to adjust the output level of operator 1 from 50 to 99. So we can have changes, we can hear changes that we made. So let's select operator 1 output level. Now it's 50. We're going to bump it up to 99. Okay, that sounds simple. Now we're going to press buttons 18 to 20 and use operator select to see the harmonic and enharmonic structure of each operator. So we're going to look into frequency. So 18, so operator 1 is 4, operator 2 is 1.0, operator 3 is 3.0. Now we can skip the button 19, we can go to button 20. Operator 1 is 0, operator 2 is 0, operator 3 is 0. So this is the result that we get. Operator 1 is 4.0, operator 2 is 1.00, and operator 3 is 3.00. Sorry. So we will make frequency ratio consistent for operators 1 and 2. So how are we going to do that? We're going to start with operator 1. So we're going to turn on only operator 1. And then let's hear the sound. Oh, excuse me. It produces a sine wave 2 octaves higher than the ratio of 1.00. So what's going to happen if we're going to mix with other operators? So operators 4 and 5, we're going to turn it on. Operator 4 and 5. And let's hear it. Now you have a richer metallic sound thanks to operator 1 ratio of 4.00. It adds more mid harmonics to the overall sound. So we will keep operator 1 ratio to 4.00 and turn off operators 4 and 5. And turn on operators 2 and 3. With a vibe, you need a nice chorus effect. So we will set the operator 2 ratio to 4.00 and adjust the tune later. So we're gonna make changes. So to operator 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we made change to operator 2 ratio. It's got 4.00. Okay. Are you going, guys? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, my apology for this. So now the my RMAX fans are running at full speed. I'm not sure, suddenly just kicked in, so I'm not sure why it's happening there. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is look at the operator 3. So let's introduce more metallic harmonics. At the moment, the operator 3 is set to 3.00, which is low for introducing metallic harmonics. So we need to increase it to introduce more metallic harmonics. And let's try set it to 4.00 and 5.00. So operator 3, so set 4, and then now it's 5.00. Now there's a slight changes, but it's so hard here. So looks like we need to adjust other parameters first, and we have to come back to ratio again later. Okay, so we're gonna work on the detune and change operator 1 detune by 1 increment and see what will happen. Okay, so we're gonna break it down to -1. It's a sound -1. Now you hear the chorus effect. It's very slow, so we're gonna bump it up to -2. Now it's faster. Well, it's faster, yeah, it was faster than the -1, but still smooth, so we're gonna set it to -2. We're gonna keep that. And the operator 2 and 3, we don't need to make any changes. Now let's move on to envelope. Press buttons 21, 22 and use operator select button to check operators 1, 2 and 3. So let's go through that. Operator 1, rate 1 is 99, rate 2 is 28, rate 3 is 99, rate 4 is 50. Operator 1, level 1, 99, level 2 is 25, level 3 is 0, level 4 is 0. Operator 2, rate 1 80, rate 2 85, rate 3 24, rate 4 is 50. Level 1 99, level 2 is 90, level 3 is 0, level 4 is 0. Operator 3, rate 1 is 80, rate 2 is 85, rate 3 is 43, Rate 4 is 50. Operator 3 level 1 is 99. Operator 2 operator 3 level 2 is 74. Level 3 is 0, and level 4 is 0. And this is a result we're gonna get. Now, so remember from what we did before, we copied the operator 4 envelope to operator 1 and 2, so that the routing 1 envelopes are direct copy of routing 2. So for the operator 1 and 2, so we need to make envelopes shorter to emulate the real instrument. So what am I? So the reason is that because the harmonic rich tone decays faster, and then it's the harmonic okay, you can say poor tones gonna last longer, so the sine wave is gonna last to the end. So what we wanna do is emulate that kind of physics, you can say physics, and so that we're gonna have a short envelopes for operator 1 and 2 because it's produced mid harmonics, and we're gonna keep a longer envelope for the operator 4 and 5 because it's just a frequency ratio 1.0 and producing that sine wave. Okay, so let's start with operator 1. Turn on operator 1 only. Turn off operator 3 and 2. As its main decay is controlled by rate 3, we will increase it to 25, 30 and 35. So select rate 2, rate 3. Did we? Oops. Did we copy the envelopes? No, we didn't. We made a mistake there. Alright, sorry about that. Let's turn on operator 4 because I think we copied that to operator 5. So what we're gonna do, so turn on operator 4. Sorry, my concentration is a bit low with this fan noise. Sorry about that. So turn on operator 4, and now select operator 4, and then copy envelope, operator 4 envelope to operator 1 and 2. Okay, so just gonna send a message to everyone. Yep. Forgot to copy operator 4 easy to operator 1 and 2. So we do that first. Okay. Okay, so he got confused, and we have a solution for that. So I forgot. It just says I skipped the key step to copy the operator 4 envelope to operator 1 and 2. So we can do that. So press turn on the operator 4. So you got operator 1 and 4's on, and select operator 4. Make sure operator 4 is selected, and then press the pink button, the store button. It's got the W character. Press that and keep pressing it. It says egg copy from operator 4 to operator, and we're gonna press operator 1 and operator 2. So we're gonna copy that operator 4 envelope to operator 1 and 2. Now we got the same envelope data. So if you finish that, we can move on. If you finish that, we can move on. Okay. Just gonna wait for a few seconds. まあアプローチで。Looks like everyone's okay, so we're gonna move on. Okay, we can move on. Sorry about that. This mic is picking up all this vibration. Okay, so now we can turn off the operator 4. And we can have only operator 1's on. And the light 3, make sure select the light 3. Operator 1, light 3, now it's 20. So we're going to increase that to 25, 30 and 35. Let's do that. At the moment, it's a pure sine wave. So push up to 25. Envelope is getting shorter. $30. Okay. Nice and short. Now it's 35. It's much shorter than rate 3 at 25. So at 35, it's still long enough but shorter. Yeah, there's some decay but shorter. We will set it to 35 and copy this to operator 2. Yes, make sure we need to do copy. So press pink button, the store button. A copy from operator 1 to operator 2. It's done. Turn on operators 2 and 3 as well. So we're going to turn on operator 2 and 3. For operator 3, we will adjust level 2 so that we can clearly hear operator 3. So let's try 80 and 90. Okay, so operator 2, 3. So level 2, 1, 2. Okay, 80. Here you go. Now you can start here metallic tone better. So that's 80. So we're gonna bump up to 90. Okay, so this is 90. Now you can hear clearly. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase it a little bit more. So 91. $92. Now you can hear much better. So we will keep it. We will keep it at 92. So this is what we did. So for operator 1 and 2, we changed rate 3. So now it's 35. And for operator 3, level 2 is 92. Now we're going to go back to frequency ratio. Number 18. And select operator 3. So the moment it's got to operator 3 is 5.00. Let's reduce it. Just compare. 4. That's a 4.00. So now at 5.00 we have this metallic tone and sharp attack. So we're gonna set the operator 3 frequency ratio to 5.00. Now I hope everyone's be able to hear me and catch up with what I'm doing. Hearing, okay. Looks like everyone's busy and concentrated on this. Yes, no news is good news, so we can keep pressing ahead. So now we're gonna move to keyboard rate scaling, output level, and the key velocity sensitivity. So press buttons 26, 27, and 28, and use operator select the purple button to go through operators 1, 2, and 3. Let's do that. So operator 3, rate scaling is 4. Rate scaling for operator 1 is 3. Operator 2 is 3. Output level operator 1 is 99. Operator 2 is 99. The operator 3 is 72. Velocity, operator 1 is 7. Operator 2 is 1. Operator 3 is 4. So this is a result. As you can see on the table, this is what we've got. Now to make keyboard rate scaling consistent, we will set operator 3 to 5. So basically this is mirroring the operator, routing operators 4, 5, 6 to that the operators 1, 2, 3. So velocity sensitivity, keyboard rate scale. Operator 3, at the moment its rate scaling is 4, so we're gonna increase that to 5. Now we don't need to adjust output level for those 3 operators, because that's just perfect. And we're gonna adjust the velocity. We will set operators 1 and 2 to 2. This allows less mid harmonics when played soft. So if its velocity is 1, it's gonna have a more mid harmonics introduced when you play soft. Oh, must be really tired. Okay, so for operator 3, we will keep it at 4. Let's do that. So velocity sensitivity. So operator 1, we're going to put it down to 2. Down, nice and easy. Operator 2, we're going to increase that to 2. Done. And for operator 3, we're going to keep it as is. Sorry. So this is a result we're going to have. So keyboard rate scaling, we change operator 3 and set it to 5. For key velocity sensitivity, we set it to operator 1 and 2 to 2. Okay, now we made a new vibe sound. So let's turn on all operators and try it out. So at the moment, you only got operator 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 is on. So we're going to turn on operator 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now, this is a new vibe sound. So compared to the original vibe, the new version has so much life to it. It's very, very nice. So, what did we do? Well, we made a sharper, clear, having a sharper, cleaner attack with strong presence. It's very, very strong. It has a consistent chorus effect for decay, so it's nice and smooth. Compared to the original, it has amazing realism and taking fully advantage of FM synthesis. It's got a sharp and nice metallic tone. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just turn it off the microphone, and I'm just gonna play the vibe a little with a chorus and reverb. Okay. Now you hear that nice vibe sound with effects, and it really brings that its true character with those effects. So you can use it at your own live performance or recording. It's not gonna be I guess as real as non-pro modern synths, but the DX7 vibe sound, it's got a really nice character, something very unique. It's got the realism, but it's got the artificial thing to it. So that's the beauty of the DX7 FM synthesis. So just to have a bit of a recap or reflections, we had a different challenge for us to create a new vibe sound. What kind of a challenge was it? Yeah, well, it was quite tricky one. I'm gonna explain that in a minute. No, excuse me. Although the tutorials was shorter than electric piano ones, but the DX7 vibe was very tricky in a different way. So as you learned from the tutorials, many parameters were set inconsistently, and often we couldn't just understand why those settings were done in that way. So yeah, I just had time trying to figure out why these sound was set this way or that way. Sorry, the parameters are set this way or that way. So it was very hard for me to understand. And when you analyze a vibe patch, and you get really confused, yeah, and that's what happened to me. And the best way to tackle a patch like this is to follow what you know and create a new patch that makes sense to you. So it's not about, you got great idea. Yes, it's nice to have a great idea, but sometimes doesn't make sense. No, if it's not, just stick with what you know. And which algorithm should we choose so that we understand how we can create a new patch? How do you set frequency so that you can make sound that you want? And what is the best way to set the tune to get a desired chorus effect? Now, all these questions was very difficult to answer. Took me a while to figure it out how to improve this byte patch. And the biggest confusion was with its envelopes, because they're so messy and each envelope was set differently. The first thing you need to do is make all envelope consistent. So somehow you gotta do that. Pick a carrier operator and set it properly, then copy them to other carrier operators. So that's what we did. So focus on the operator 4 envelope, that's a carrier envelope. Then we made the changes and we copied to operator 5. Then we subsequently copied to operator 1 and 2. So you can do the same for modulators if necessary. So once you made the envelopes consistent, it's easier to make fine adjustment later. Yeah, that wasn't the problem. Yeah. That's the easiest part. That's the easy part. Also, there will be an occasion that you need to adjust output level first, like what we did with the byte patch, then go through other parameters. Because if you have a lower output level setting, you may spend hours and hours trying to make changes, but you couldn't hear the changes, so you gave up. That happened many times to me, and so that's a lesson learned. It's really painful lessons, and I'm sharing this tip so that you guys not gonna be in that same position as me. You just can make sound, create sound, make changes, and you can actually hear what you're doing. So when you try creating your patch from a DX7 factory patches or from the internet, you're likely to encounter patches that's similar to Vibe. So envelopes are messed up, the tune's not consistent, or rate scaling is not consistent, or velocity is not set properly. So you can apply what we've learned here to make your own patches. Yes, you don't have to make the same mistake that I made many times again and again and again. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the DX7 Vibe and creating a new one. This is a really nice Vibe sound. I think it's one of my favorite sound in terms of kind of trying to emulate real instruments. It's got the realism, and still it's got the DX7 characteristic in terms of artificialness. So in some way it's like 12-bit samplers. You got the realism of samplers, but because its resolution is 12-bit, so it's not quite a real sound, but it's real sound. So it's kind of contradicting each other, but it's kind of that having that perfect balance. That's all I can say with the DX7. So here we go. It's very, very nice. Okay, so this is the end of the FM synthesis tutorial, the DX7 Vibe. And I can take some questions and with this tutorial. So let's hear anyone has to say something. And my apologies for this iMac stuff. It just can never get it right. Hi guys, we covered everything about the new Vibe. Do you have question around the new Vibe sound? Now, someone asked me about Asplenius hex. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Someone asked me about general rules and tips when programming DX bass sounds. And I'm just gonna. So once we got some more questions and answer the question, I can briefly cover about that because I'm thinking of what other tutorials I can do, and I'm just floating, just tossing ideas, and just come up with a way to really engage with people that are really passionate about FM synthesis, and then, tweaking this and that, actually creating your sound. So I like to just trying to cover that and just get insight into what we can do about it. So let's just wait for that. Yeah. Okay. So if you can you think about other ways to improve the new vibe? Okay, I just put for the question. Now, what else can you do to make change to this new vibe? If anyone's got a new, if anyone's got a idea, I can think of one or two. So that's the vibe sound. All right. So let's try. Let's try something to make slight changes. So you go to frequency, the ratio. So press button 18. Now you got operator 1 and 2 and set it to 4. What you can do is trying to make changes to those operators 1 and 2. So for example, if you set it to operator 1 and 2 to 2.00, what will happen? Let's try that. So I made the changes to operator 1 and 2. So now its frequency ratio is 2.00. Let's hear. Here you go, something really unique vibe sound or pluck sound. It's got that funny sound to it. Now let's change it to 3.0. Here you go, another variation of that vibe sound. What we can do is to try and do that to 5.00. Here you go, that's another variations. Another thing you can do is to try and find a combination of different ratios for operator 1 and 2. For example, operator 1, we can set it to 4, and operator 2 can be set to 5.00. Again, another variation of the vibe sound. So simply just changing ratios, you can create a different vibe sound or you can make it envelope shorter to make a pluck sound. So that's very, very flexible. Yeah, that's the beauty of the DX7 FM synthesis. It's very, very flexible. It's very easy to do. So I'm gonna changing ratio of operator 1 and 2 makes unique vibe sounds. So you can try that yourself and you can make a different variation of vibe sound. Now let's talk about the bass sound, huh? Bass, what called the FM synthesis bass programming. Okay. All right. Now, so in terms of more tutorials that I'm thinking about running, and it's this person's Asprenium's Hex suggested that I should do DX7 bus programming, and I think it's a really good idea. The reason is that because I can talk about FM bus programming for God knows how many episodes or tutorials we can learn. We can have dedicated FM synthesis bus programming for ages. It could be having a 30 or 40 tutorials. Just focus on that because it's a really, really deep topic, and FM synthesis it's I guess the beauty of FM synthesis is that you can just create so many variation of different bass sounds. It's just not funny. You can just look at the algorithms. Look, you have 32 different combination of sound that you can make just simply changing algorithm. And so on its own, it's quite remarkable. Then you can adjust the ratio, envelope, slightly bits and there, and you can just make all different bass sound. Some of them are very, very similar, and some of them could be very, very different. And the bass sound, you can have a longer decay. The harmonic rich sound have a shorter decay, but you can have a basically sine wave with sustained sound. Or you can have everything shorter decay, so you could have a 2 decay type envelopes, better than ADS envelope, to precisely control the higher harmonic initial attack and this initial attack and initial decay, and you have a softer second decay and something like that. So it's quite deep, and bass sound, if you think about it, everyone needs bass sound, and everyone can have a bass sound, but the DX7 can make some really, really unique bass sound that the other synthesizers may not be able to do, or it's hard to match. So it's very, very. I can have a deep topic, like those live sessions that you've seen before. I can talk about that FM synthesis based programming as a special topic, mega tutorials, something like that. And it can go for months and months because it's just so much to explore. And to tell you honest, I probably touched maybe 10 or 20% of the DX7's capability in terms of bass-based programming. I think it's we still have a lot to discover from that FM synthesis. Look, this is over 30 years of the hardware, but it's got heaps to heaps for us to explore and heaps of things to learn from. So I think it's going to be a good topic, but yeah, I'll have to really think about how to deliver that, and then be really engage what do you call it, make it really interesting, rewarding and engaging. And so that's probably the tricky part. So I'll have to think about it and try different things, and then build build all these tutorials around that, and then start doing a tutorial. So that may take a while, but I have to really think about it and then develop a tutorial materials. But but I think it's what do you call it? Learning and discovering about how deep that you can go with the FM synthesis in terms of bass programming. That would be really, really amazing. I think it's gonna be epic tutorials. People can just really deep dive into tutorial the FM bass programming, because the DX7 can teach you the basics, fundamentals of FM synthesis with sine waves, and he can do all these things with sine waves. It's pretty remarkable, and it's very, very flexible with the sine waves, because all the bass sounds it's varying amount of level of sine waves in it. So it's something that easy to do, but also you can influence the sound with different tonal characteristics using different algorithm or frequency ratio or whatever you can find to make it the DX7's bass sound unique. So it's gonna be an epic tutorial thing that we can do. That's something that I'll think about, because it's gonna be we can have tons and tons of materials, and you can just learn about everything about, not everything, because I'm still learning. So many things about the DX7 FM synthesis in terms of bass programming. So that's my take of the idea at the moment. So I'm just tossing different ideas, trying out, and then just trying to find a way to deliver the content. I'm gonna do once I trying to find out the problem with my iMac and then sort it out, we can do more live sessions. And I actually enjoy doing live session, because I have a bit of engagement with FM fanatics like me that really want to learn about the DX7 FM synthesis, and then explore the many possibilities that they can offer. And yes, I can say that I've only touched maybe 10 or 20% of the DX7 capability in terms of the bass programming. So it's got heaps of things to do, and heaps of things to learn. And I think it would be good for all of us to learn together. I think that's probably my aim, rather than I know this, I'm gonna teach you. No, how about let's try this, let's try that. So it's more about experimental stuff, and something like that. I'm thinking about that. So it's gonna be really, really interesting, because you just don't know what you're gonna get. It's like what the Forrest Gump says. You get the box of chocolate, and then life is you don't know what you're gonna get, that kind of thing. So I think that's gonna be really exciting. So yeah, that's my take of the DX7 FM synthesis bass programming. It's gonna be an epic mammoth tutorial series that can go on can go on potentially forever. But everybody needs a bass sound, and it's and you need different bass sound for different songs of music. And you can never have enough bass sound. And I think it's great. It's a very excellent topic. So thank you for suggesting me that idea. But I have to really think through that and how to deliver it properly, and get more engagement. You know, so I want to get more people to come and join in live session as well as watching the recorded live session tutorials. So yeah, I think that's about it for me. But if you got any more questions on the byte patch, let me know. So just gonna wait for a few more minutes. So if you have any more questions on the byte patch, I'm gonna wait for a minute or a few minutes or so, and if everyone's happy with that, and we can finish this live sessions. Yeah, just doesn't make sense for this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's discs. Disk is fine. So I'm just gonna say it. I think FM bus based programming is a great idea, but I need to really think about how to deliver the topic is going to be huge and deep. So that's that. So yeah, I think FM bus programming is a great idea, but I need to really think about how to deliver it. Yeah, because the topic is going to be huge and it's going to be really deep. Everyone needs a lot of bass. Everyone needs bass sound. Everyone needs a lot of bass sound with a lot of variations. Just can't get enough of the bass sound. And I only scratched the 20% of the its capability. Yeah. Because I'm quite late comer in terms of doing FM based programming. However, I haven't really done that until up to very recently. So that would be when I created that what's it called? The Berlin Take My Breath Away. That's probably at the beginning. That's just did a little bit and then on and off, and I started doing more and more. So yeah, it's gonna be huge. I think it's best FM synthesis based tutorial. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, and it's gonna be really good, I think. All right. So if anyone is happy, then we can finish this session. Thank you for watching. Sorry for the iMac problems. See you again. Okay, so if everyone's happy, we can finish this session. Thank you for watching, and my apology for that iMac problems. I fixed the audio, then now it's got loud machines that produce all this noise. So I'm really my apology for that. But anyway, thank you very much, and see you again. See you later.